So Chang Lin breaking off in set number one. Rita Chou. Rita, her nickname, of course, amongst others. She's even got one called Big Eyes. A little bit cruel, I thought. I much prefer Rita. She's more of a Rita to me. So that's a little bit of a mistake here. And I've seen these two play Scotch doubles quite a bit. Got a really good understanding. I've been live in the arena before watching these two. And basically, Josh just says, play your game, put it where you like. I'm not sure he'd want it there, though.
Can you hear me?
Welcome to Mr. Chris Reinhold. I hear him loud and clear. So here we are, opening rack, Chris. Welcome to the show. And the fillers at the table on the 3-ball, just after a little bit of a mistake on the safety from Chou. Extension. I'm a lip reader as well, referee. Reiterating the words of Josh Filler. How'd you see this, Chris? Awkward shot, queuing over the 7-ball, mate.
Yeah, so I don't generally like to force things, but in this situation, I feel like you have to force a little bit of an awkward shot. He might have to play it in the lower left-hand corner and draw and come back for the 5, but he also might be looking at, yeah, he was playing it in the lower right-hand corner and had to get something going because it was laying pretty weird.
So a gift. I guess I say a gift, Chris. It's not a gimme, is it? It's still got to make this.
Yeah, Chang is going to have to play safe unless he thinks that he could cut this ball in. It's laying kind of flat, but I think he has a good chance. Oh no, it looks like he's playing safe here.
And behind the 10 was the target. Now then, nice long. Well, this is one that will really settle the nerves, isn't it, Chris? If you can knock this in and get shape on the 5-ball.
Yeah, this will be a confidence builder for sure if she can get this one to go in. Tough shot.
And I must say, Chris, right at the off, I'm loving the teal colour. I see Pia's got the lovely glove on. I think it was the new Albin Ocean glove that Predator have just released. And Pia's got a lovely teal glove on, and we've got the teal lighting around this glorious arena. Loving it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. The colors go well with each other, and I think it's pleasing on the eyes.
That's a phrase I often hear mentioned when your name comes up. Very pleasing on the eyes, Mr. Chris Reinhold.
Face for radio. Me.
So good result against the Oceans in the last round for Chou and Chang Lin. It was a tough one. Came through in 3 sets. What's your early impressions, Chris, of this format? I mean, I'm loving it. One of my favourite games is Scotch doubles.
Yeah, I feel like there is definitely a feeling out period in this rack with both of the teams. They're not really settled in yet, but I feel like after this rack, the amount of errors are going to go down, and they will start to get settled into the match here. But short race, you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, same format as the Pro Billiard Series. Races to 4, but it is best of 3 sets right from the off. And first rack in the first set. As the fist pump comes, these two have played together as well. They played in the World Teams in Puerto Rico back in November. So they know each other's games very, very well. And Pia and Josh, well, they're there together 24/7, aren't they? And they know everything about each other. They've actually been together since the age of about 11, you know, when they first met. I believe it was at the Junior Federation, Chris, in Germany.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's I'm glad to see that they, help each other up and they are very supportive of each other. And every time they are in a match, singles match, they are rooting each other on in the stands. It's something that people strive for, that's for sure. Beautiful
But
break
Paul
there.
loves. Oh, yeah, look at the one as well, Chris. I think the one passes in the gap, but nothing down for Chou.
Maybe play for the bank cross side for the 2 ball, unless he can go all the way around. It looks like he might be firing this all the way around. Beautiful stroke there. Went a little long.
He's a bit of a phenomenon, isn't he, Josh Filler? Such an awesome talent, Chris.
Yeah. Uh, he tried to play a little bit tighter position there, but I think she's okay. But there's a lot of Arcadia blue cloth in between the cue ball and the 2 ball. See if
Well,
he has his
the
jump
jump
cue out.
cue, yeah, that's definitely going to come out, isn't it?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. He's kicking at this. Good effort. Now, target behind the 8 ball, maybe thin off the 3. Cue ball down behind either the 10 or the 8. Can we ask that referee to move? Thank you.
I like behind the 8. Oh, well, he went a little more conservative on this one. Didn't quite go as far, but that will do too. Look at that. How beautiful was that, Mark?
Yeah, sensational shot. What a strong player Chang is as well, Chris.
Yeah. If anyone said that he was top 5 player in the world, it would be hard to argue.
Well, I was going to ask you a couple of questions, actually. That is a conversation that's always bandied around, isn't it, in the pool world? Who would you put number 1 at the moment? Would it be Filler? Would it be Gorst? Or would it be Ruiz? Who in your mind is playing the best pool at the moment? Maybe even Chang. Koping Chung. He's in the conversation as well. Oh, look at this for a shot. Unlucky.
If I'd answer that question, I'd probably say 9 ball would be Joshua Filler. Either format, whether it's 9 on the spot or 1 on the spot. And then 10 ball, I'd have to say Feder Gorst. And then with a shot clock, I'd have to say Filler or Francisco Ruiz. Jason Shaw, if there's a crowd, because he likes to play off the crowd. And then without a shot clock, I think every game is Feder. If he could take his own time and take as long as he wants, it's Feder for sure.
So a little bit thinner maybe on this 4 than wanted. Can play it with lots of inside left-hand spin if he wants. Just to check it off the rail. Oh, he's gone around. He's okay. We have an interesting battle, guys, on our other table as well. On table 1, we have Alex Kazakis and Kelly Fisher up against Mr. and Mrs. Tyler Steyer, Fifilova. And then our final will be later on this evening. Who's going to be in it? $10,000 to the winner, $5,000 to the runners-up, $2,500 to the semi-finalists, and $1,250, Chris, just for turning up. That's not bad, is it? A bit of appearance money.
Bit of appearance money. That's about 10 drinks at the Starbucks. It's not bad, right?
That many?
I know it's cheap in Thailand, right, Mark?
Much cheaper.
A little cheaper.
I had a beautiful Norwegian salmon with steamed vegetables last night, Chris, for around about $14, including tip. So that will give you some idea. So first
Awesome.
and second rack to Chou and Chang. Filler's just struggling a little bit. Been some good safety in that rack, particularly, Chris, that shot that Chang played behind the 7, which forced that mistake there from Pia.
Yeah, and they haven't really done a whole lot wrong initially, right? They're just in weird situations where they just haven't really had the same opportunities. Filler getting jacked up over the 7, had to force something, and then they make a great kick and then sell out still. You know, it'll turn, it's got to turn their way eventually. If it doesn't this set, it will next set for sure.
Well, I've got a more pressing question for you, and it's how does Josh Filler stay so slim? I mean, he's got such a reputation for only ever eating McDonald's. I mean, surely they need to sign him up, don't they, McDonald's?
Yeah, I mean, if he got a McDonald's sponsor, he'd probably save about 30, 40,000 a year.
As many
You think
Big
I'm
Macs
joking?
as you can eat.
I'm not. That's right. You know, I asked him for his order one time, and he talked to me like there was a science behind it. And I think if I had that for a week straight, I might not. You might not recognize me, Mark.
Going a little bit of a messy table here.
Yeah, thin the edge of the 1, come towards the 8 there where his hand is. It's really touchy though. I think he was just playing from behind the 3. Wow. That's something to think about next time I'm kicking like a ball like that.
Yeah, I know the Europeans, Chris, have had lots and lots of coaching, particularly from Alex Lely during his years as Mosconi Cup captain. And Albin Ocean also is a fantastic safety player and kicker, and I know a lot of the team are learning off of him as well. Some regard him as one of the best safety players in the world and kickers, and that's not bad either, is it? Look at that.
Yeah, that was a beautiful kick there. Good speed. Hit the correct side of the ball. It's a really weird thing. I think she's calling the 1, but got a tight window. You have to make sure you kick this well.
Yeah, playing it with a little bit of left, maybe. Got to watch this 2 ball. I'll hit it. Good solid hit. And once again has had a nice little roll. Well, at least they're both getting good luck.
Yeah, if you hit it with the correct speed on the correct side of the ball, it's anything good could happen. Might be a little too tight on this. Pretty good there, Mark. I thought he was trying to get behind the 2-6, but from a kick, you can't really expect it to be perfection every time.
Yeah, so this is gilt edge chance now. Just have to negotiate getting on the 2 ball. It does go into the side. Goes in this corner as well, the same pocket as the 2, but he's gone for the side. Wants it to slow up. Now, can he just rub off the edge of the 6 here, Chris? Follow through for the 3 into that top right.
Yeah, it's situations like this, though, where I wouldn't really coach my. Like, if I was Josh, I wouldn't really coach her here because kind of just let her play her own shot here, just because you get the best version of her.
Yeah, I always think when you're trying to make your teammate play a shot they're not really comfortable with, it kind of can be counterproductive, can't it?
It for sure can, yeah. How was
Oh,
that
that's well
shot?
controlled. Beautiful. Fabulous shot.
So I think she's gonna stay under the 4 here, closer to the short rail. There's like that, and come up for the 5 in the same pocket she just made the 3 in. Or he's gonna draw all the way back for the 5 in the same pocket. Yeah, just stunning over. Good shot there. And they're
Just to
trying to
bring
get
you
on the board for the first time this set.
already on the board in the other semi-final. Alex Kazakis and Kelly Fisher have taken the first set against Margaret and Tyler Fefilova-Steyer. Nicely done. Another thing as well to consider, Chris, when you're playing Scotch doubles, like for example here we've got a lefty and a righty together, so sometimes you have to take into consideration, you know, positioning on the table as well, don't you, of where to leave it for a left-hander. Might not be where you'd normally put the cue ball for a righty.
Yeah, for sure. But I believe they play a lot of doubles. They probably practice quite a bit doubles together. So at this level, Pia should just play her normal shape to herself and just let Josh figure it out. Because when you have a doubles pairing, you want to the lesser. I'm not saying she's not a good player, but the lesser skilled of the two needs to be more comfortable than the higher skilled.
Good way of putting it. I lost my voice there for a second. I don't know what happened to it. There it is. I got it back again. So the fist pump, and they'll feel now that they're part of this semi-final. So if you were to choose any female player to play with, Chris, in a Scotch doubles, who would you be your go-to pool playing partner?
So there are two. Um,
Greedy.
first one would be uh, Sayoa, Sayo,
Yeah.
and
Just
then
so
the
you could
second
learn
one
to
would
say her
probably
name.
be
Just so you could learn to say her name.
yeah. And then we wouldn't be talking a lot because I'm not sure if she knows English, but she probably knows English, and she would make me feel real dumb for, whatever. And then the second one would probably be Chanel Lorraine.
Very, very, very good picks there, Chris.
Thank you.
You'd be like the Posh and Becks of pool.
Oh, Mark, you're right. All right, back to our scheduled programming.
Well,
Um,
We had Rums of Puerto Rico as our sponsor of the women's and men's Las Vegas Opens, and I think they would have been a perfect sponsor for this particular event because we could have had 2 shots of Puerto Rican rum and a splash of Coke, and that makes the perfect mixed double. Watch this
I do
temple.
like that. That was good, Mark. I like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I did wonder if
Snaps all
I
around.
wondered if I'd sent you. I wondered if I'd sent you to sleep actually, or not, Chris. There.
No, 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 no. Not at all. I'm just very, my humor and everything is very sarcastic and dry, so it seems like I'm boring, but in person it's a little different. But yes,
So
I
on this four
think
ball, then,
they're gonna
Chris.
go. Go ahead.
No, carry on. This is your department. The pool stuff. This is you.
Okay, well, I think he's gonna go the 5 in the side and play the 6 straight in to the lower left-hand pocket. Unless he has enough angle to get on the 6 in the same pocket, but there's really no need for all that extra movement of the cue ball. Just like that. And just keep it simple, simple. She's going to either draw a little bit where the cue ball is now, or follow for the side pocket. I think she's just going to draw back about a foot, maybe a little more. Oh, I don't think she drew enough there, but I think it'll work. But you don't want to get too straight on this because you bump into the 9, you might hook yourself, just not good. So you need to stay in the open. You can draw right around this 9 with low right. Look at that right take up towards the 8. So that way it's a little easier to reach and to go to the next shot.
Yeah, this cloth is now 5 days old as we see a beautiful close-up of Chou's new cue. She's using new equipment, so obviously it does take a little while to get used to your new cues, and she's just joined Predator. And she's gone to carbon fibre, Chris, after using wood for all of her career. So it's quite the switch up, isn't it, for Chou?
Is this her first time using it at this tournament?
I believe so, yes. It's the first tournament.
Wow. If she didn't practice with it up until now, up until the tournament day, I would be very surprised. She's playing amazing. It takes a few weeks to a month to get used to a cue on the level to where under pressure you can rely on it. But yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think Predator announced her new sponsorship a couple of weeks ago, so I'm guessing she's had maybe 2 weeks to practice with it. But we've seen from Francisco Sanchez Ruiz and Fedor to some extent, where they've taken on new equipment, and it does take a little while, doesn't it? It's kind of, I've always thought it's like an extension of your arm, isn't it? A cue. It's that feeling that you get where you feel at one with it.
Yeah, it has to feel like an extension of your arm, like you're saying, and when it doesn't feel like an extension of your arm and it feels kind of alien almost, where it just doesn't seem like your cue, then that's when under pressure you can second guess things and that leads you to miss balls. Beautiful break she
Almost made,
has.
yeah. No luck though. Notoriously difficult, isn't it, Chris? The 10 ball break with the triangle rack with hand racked. Can't predict.
Yeah, they've been breaking a lot from the corner, the side, and it's not really working like it should from the side. So I think you might as well try from the middle and just see if the traditional 10-ball break will work. That's what I would try at least a few times and see how it goes.
I noticed yesterday in the women's final, Cheska Centino against Siming Chen, they both stuck with exactly the same break for the whole of the match, didn't switch it up once, and I think only once did Cheska make 2 balls on the break finally, and then she didn't have a look at the one, and it was the only time she made a ball on the break, and it was when she was on the hill as well in the very final rack. But neither of them experimented. And Tim de Ruyter was going mad. I call him the break guru. He was going crazy that they weren't changing it up a little bit.
Yeah, you have to change it up when it's not working. And if it's still working, like Chang, his team right now is up 3-1, so I wouldn't change a thing. Because it's
What a
obviously
kick.
working this tactical game. Yeah, beautiful kick there, Mark.
Well, there was a picture for the album. Caption that. Your shot, no, your shot. I don't like it. You take it.
Yeah, on touchy shots like this, where it can be easily messed up, you have to just let her shoot whatever she wants. Did they call that? No.
No. Gone to sit down again.
The option to team Chang and Chou. Oh
Tried to
wow, I went
hold
the
it
other way.
behind the...
I wasn't a big fan of that one, Mark.
Oh, this is a filler
Well,
special, isn't
difficult.
it, Chris? This one. He's renowned for shots like this. Play this. Draw. Back for the 2. Oh, he's going forward. Just off straight. Whoa, that's a rarity.
He said, jump this. You know one of the nicknames for Josh in the States?
I can think of something you might... Go on, tell me.
Premium unleaded. Like the fuel. A few friends that
Yeah.
call him that, but Angry White is the one that made that for him.
I remember the whole King fiasco. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So just a little stun follow here. He plays this so well, this shot. Oh, he's played it off the side rail anyway. Yeah, good weight.
Interesting. I thought she was gonna follow for the 4 in the corner pocket right by him, but I guess this has a bigger room for error to go to the side.
Yeah, basically had the whole quarter of that table, didn't they, to get into. They need this rack to stay in the first set. Who can forget that fabulous match in Puerto Rico when Pia Filler made the winning 10-ball Wouldn't it be amazing if she could do that again in this tournament?
Yeah, that would be an amazing storyline and an amazing journey. But they have a long way to go in this match before they can lift that trophy again.
And just to let you know, guys, Alison Fisher and Alex Kazakis, they're actually the touring married couple. They call each other husband and wife on tour. Not really married, of course, but that's what they call themselves. They've won the first set and they are 2-1 up in the second set. So you could say 1 foot in the final. And this one nicely poised as well. 3-2 then. Chou and Chang lead, but the fillers will be breaking.
You meant Kelly Fisher, correct?
Sorry, what did I say? Did
You
I
said
say
Alison
Alison?
Fisher.
I'm very sorry. I always get them two mixed up. Well, it is the mixed doubles,
Oh, I was
right?
just trying to. I was just trying to rack. I was just trying to. I was just trying to rack my brain because I'm just like, didn't SVB and Allison lose to Tyler and Margaret this morning? Yeah, they did.
Yes, they did. My apologies, guys. Oh, I think that referee works out as well. Look, it could be Joey Gray from the back, couldn't it?
It could, yeah, but it's not. Do you know he works out? Good old Joe.
Oh, that was unlucky not to make the three. Three was on its way. Plenty of balls went close, Chris, but nothing down. But no damage done, just to push out here. Now, they were going to take out the push-out rule in this particular tournament, but after conferring with the players, they decided not to. Might just tie the 6 and the 5 up a little bit more as well. No. Well, this is dangerous, isn't it, Chris? He can get right in behind that 5 and 8 here. Strange push out. Oh, that was
Yeah, I
asking
think
for
he's
trouble.
playing for a kick. But if you notice, Mark, he is opening up the 5-8, so now the 5 can go. So this rack isn't actually, it could possibly be okay. I wouldn't mind trying to hit this ball, but I also wouldn't mind trying to tie up the 5-6 again.
Yeah, just caught a bit of the point of the pocket.
And it might not be a bad idea to try to 3-foul them here. It'd be tough, but you can do it. You put the one ball towards the left-hand side where Josh is at right now, and you put it right back to the other side of the 7, and put the cue ball on the other side of the 7, so they can't really kick anywhere.
I think he's going for the run out.
Yeah, but it's also possible to run out here, so they feel like that's a good chance, so that's what they're doing.
Just a slight angle on this can stun over for the 3. Or run through, either way. So position required here. Left eye dominant, Josh Filler. Cues with his eye over the ball. I think Pia is the other way. Now, did he call to play safe here? Is he just going to stun? Is he told her to stun in behind the 8 and send the 5 ball over the other side of the table, Chris? Is that what he was doing? Just wedge the cue ball in between
I believe
6 and the
so.
8, I think.
You have to be careful with if it hits the 10 or not. Good save.
Yeah, I think he wanted her to hit the 10, didn't he? Or not? Or was he trying to get her to avoid the 10?
I don't think she was trying to get the 5 to go up that far on the table. I think she was trying to get it near the 10 ball.
Yeah.
But I think she's okay here. They don't have an attacking option, I do not believe. He's trying to get behind the 7.
Oh, good direction. Shorter pace. So this is a chance. But how do you get to the 6, Chris?
I think he's going to jack up and draw this ball.
Oh, there's no one better in the game at this shot than the man at the table now.
Hit the object ball slightly to the right side of the pocket. That's why the cue ball went slightly to the left side and mishit it just a touch. But I don't think she has an aggressive shot here because the 7 is on the other side of the table and she can't use draw on this.
Timed that so beautifully, that stroke though, didn't he? Barely hit it and got so much action on the cue ball. Nice simple little safe there. Intriguing battle this, Chris. He's got everything.
Yeah, I'm just literally, those are the shots he needs to shoot. Just stay within her game and get through the ball and just confidently shoot. Keep it simple. And Josh can shoot the jacked up ones that are from the, the end rail, all those other stuff. Pia's game is really solid, and she just needs to stay within what she can do.
Yeah, I kind of like this matchup, to be honest, because you've got Josh Filler, who I would put ahead of Chang Lin, and then on the women's side, you've got Chou, who I would put above Pia. So it's kind of a nicely balanced contest, this, Chris.
Yeah, it's a very, very good contest we have here. Oh, wow.
What
I didn't
a
know you
shot
could play
to
the
pull
ball
off into the
side
side
pocket at that speed.
Yeah, you can't catch any point of the pocket at that speed, can you, in the side, and expect it to go in right in the heart of the pocket. Fantastic shot. And this has really opened it up now to get heel in this first set. Best of 3 sets. Oh, this has overhit this slightly. Wants a little bump off the 10, get away from the 10. That's okay.
Should be good here. Looking to tie it up, Mark.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoying this. Nicely done. Kelly Fisher and Alex Kazakis are on the hill to win their match after winning the first set. Also, they're 3-2 up against Tyler and Margaret in the other semi-final. And we're nicely poised here as well. 3-3, hill in the opening set here. So I'm not sure whether you caught any of the finals yesterday, Chris. Cheska against Siming Chen, and also in the men's, Carlo Biardo and Levan Corteza. How good did Levan play this last week? Just played some fabulous pool, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he surprised a lot of people. But for me, I always know that he's capable of winning any tournament he plays in, and he plays so awesome that it was great to watch. What do you think about these? The stats went away. I rambled on too much, Mark.
Now, I asked you the question right at the wrong time. All of a sudden, the stats were there, and then they were gone. There's the BK Gold doing its job as it made a ball. Look at that 2-ball spinning, Chris. What causes a ball to do that off the break, Chris?
Hit it hard. No, I'm just kidding. That's all. That's all I know. I think maybe when they collide with each other, they hit each other when they're in the air, so that way it gives it a weird little spin like that. But don't quote me on that because I'm about to look it up on MythBusters or something.
I missed that show. We need to bring out another one, Chris Busters.
That's right.
A pool version of Mythbusters. That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Like they can't make this shot, and then I show them that you can. Like that is a myth. Debunked.
Well, what
Maybe
are the
not. It
problems
doesn't
here?
sound as great now that I set it up.
5 looks a little bit awkward here, Chris. I'm not sure if it does pass the 10.
Yeah, either draw back a little bit for the from the side or just stop there. I didn't mind stopping there, just keeping it simple. And she has to draw back a little bit to keep an angle for the 5, but I think they're gonna play the 6-ball bank depending on how they get on the 5. Beautiful shot. Now they play the 6 in the lower right hand corner.
Yeah, Chang held the world 8-ball title for about 10 years, didn't he? It wasn't held for some time until Sanchez Ruiz came along and took the title away, and then Shane Van Boening won it for the first ever time in Austria last year. Still find that fact incredible that he'd never won an 8-ball world title before. Back to the 10-ball.
An amazing player.
Nicely on the 7.
Just gonna drag it in with a little bit of right English.
Yeah, we started just a little bit later here on this table because the Jasmine and Albin Ocean match against Chou Yu and Chang Junlin went to a third deciding set. Just asking for the cue ball to be cleaned.
Not Chou.
Stop
Not
shot clock, please, he says. No, it's not. Joe doesn't wear glasses.
That's right. Oh, you got me there. Stop shot on the 10 and looking to take the first set. Beautiful. Second set coming up,
Yeah,
Mark.
and I can confirm, Chris, already in the final, Alex Kazakis and Kelly Fisher already waiting, and that will be coming up for you. They will be playing the winner of this one, I think at 7 p.m. local time this evening.
Congrats to
Referee's gone
Kelly
for a quick.
and to Alex.
I think the ref's nipped out for a quick workout.
You make me laugh, Mark. It was fun. Few push-ups, ready to go.
He needs to push them balls up into that Aerorack as well, get them nice and tight. Yeah. So they will get the break as Chang and Rita broke in the first set. Alternate break when it comes to the opening of the set, but from now on it's winner breaks. So can she get that gold BK rush working? Looking for the Midas touch. Yeah, lost a bit of power, unlucky. Cue ball straight in the side. The sad thing is she made the one in the side as well, Chris. But look at the two. Does have a pocket. Chance to get off to an early start and break the serve here. Straight away, they look happy enough, don't they?
Yeah, I would say.
It's a happy meal. Now, is that 4-10 on, Chris? Is it a combo? Is that white? No, it's not. There you can see it's not lined up to the corner. It does go into the corner where Chou is standing at the moment. Lots of cue waving going on. Beautiful cue, isn't it, that she's got there?
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, get
Does it
past
get
the
past
eight
the
ball.
8?
Well, just.
Looks like it did. The 6 on the side here, Mark.
Yeah, all the corner. I see why you didn't want to go to the corner, because it was very touchy, wasn't it? But she's managed to just lay on the 9 ball there. Just enough, Chris. Took a risk.
Yeah, sometimes you have to take risks in order to get it done. But when you decide on a shot, make sure you go through with it and follow your steps and get through the ball.
You just get the feeling that these two are nicely in stroke now. And they're playing very, very well as a team. Looking very dangerous.
Yeah, you can tell they're in sync right now, and they're really just both so focused. Shot, position, make ball, get position. It's just simple through the ball. No talking needed. Just shoot your shot, get through the ball. Beautiful.
Yeah, lovely stroke, wasn't it, Chris? Holding the cue ball off that side row, just a little bit of outside English or Czech, if you like to call it that. Beautifully done. On their way, first off the mark in this second set. They really are an awesome duo at the table. Chang making sure it's his break, and it is. So, love to make a ball and get going. Don't think we've seen a break and run yet, Chris.
Yeah, they just can't seem to get it together on the break. They're just not having the good opportunities to kind of get back into their stroke and their game. But I really hope that we can see more of the fillers the next few games.
For Rayla. 5 going to drop as well. Perfect on the 1. Well, this is the best break. And we wanted a break and run, Chris. I think we might get one right here.
Having to spot the 10 ball in the skate is not on the.
Yeah, this is perfect. Could just stop the cue ball dead.
Out on that ball, Mark.
Smooth as silk. And another thing worth remembering, every shot that Chou takes with that new equipment is a step closer to being in harmony with it. So dangerous times.
Well, you got to think about this too, Mark. She's done so well, not really being used to it. So imagine what she's going to do when she's finally feeling confident with it.
Yeah, and another one who's just joined the carbon fibre brigade is Eklund Catchy, of course. After his accident, he decided that was a good kind of time, you know, to get used to some new equipment. He wasn't playing for a while, only one-handed, to be honest. Yeah, Chris, let's have a quick look at these stats then. Anything that stands out there? Anything that leaps out at you from that list?
The break success. Look at Josh and Fillers. Well, I mean, Josh, look at the Fillers side of it. 0%. That's awfully close to, well, I guess you can't go any lower, can you?
No. Former World 10-ball champion, of course. Good break. They've both got the break working now. Made the 4-railer and the one in the side, Chris, so it's looking good. Isn't it amazing? You find the break all of a sudden. It changes the whole concept of the game.
I mean, it's just like every other sport. If you hit the drive bad in golf, you have to recover, right? So if you get off to a good start, it's easier to get through the rack.
I caught that all wrong.
Caught that very thin, Mark. Very thin. Look at him. He let out a smile. That's like one of the first times I've ever seen him smile.
He's a super quiet guy, isn't he, around the venues? Doesn't really say much. I don't think he does speak much English, but then I don't speak much Chinese either, so I say much. I don't speak any.
The stop shot
I
here.
should brush
Just
up.
replace the 6-ball. Just follow it just a touch.
Perfect for the lefty. Perfect for the righty. Josh waiting, says put the cue ball there. I'll knock the 9 in and draw back a little bit for you. Leave you perfect on the 10. Pretty much like the first set. We're going to be back into it. Nicely
And
done.
on the board.
So yeah, my next stop, Chris, after this tournament is the grand finals of the Chinese 8-ball in Qingdao. Now, have you ever tried your hand at a little bit of hay ball? Have you ever played Chinese 8-ball?
No, I never have. I've not in a competition or anything. I did play on a few of the tables when I was in China for the World Championships for the juniors. But other than that, I have never hit a ball on it other than, just practice every now and then at one time when I was in Shanghai.
So back to this semi-final of the inaugural Apex Mixed Doubles. Who's going to be first on that trophy? Kelly and Alex are already in the final.
This is where I wouldn't mind switching to the middle break. So that means you keep breaking from the side rail, nothing good is happening. You might as well change it up and see if your fortunes change.
Keeping the pressure on though. Following a similar pattern to previous racks. Jump stick, is it? Yeah, she has the air rush. Pretty close, Chris, this. Going just over the edge of the 2-ball, I believe.
Yeah, she was jump kicking
She's got
there,
away
which
with
I
it,
liked a
and she
lot.
made it.
She,
What a
she
great
called it
shot.
there. Wow.
Yeah, she called it. Three does go in the side. I believe Josh can get there. Doesn't like it though. Didn't want to
Yeah, that
know.
was a good shot there.
Brilliant. A
Two on the
creative
side.
safety, Chris, that was.
Yeah, that's what I call dimensional safety, where you add another dimension to where not just the cue ball is getting hit, but also the object ball. It's very aware. I like that a lot. Beautiful kick there. Option though for Josh and Pia. If you can see the ball, you have to give it back, right, Mark? I mean, you have to go for it, not give it
Yeah.
back.
Don't give it back, yeah, for sure. Would have been a different story. Just to let you know the rules, guys, if you're new to 10 ball, if you don't call the shot when you make a ball, your opponents have the choice of putting you back in or taking the shot on themselves. Obviously, could see the ball there, so not going to give it back. In the background, you might have just seen all the teams and BCA and USA Pool League players going at it. 310 tables at the Rio. The little Apex 7-footers as well. The little bar boxes. Plenty of action going on outside this main arena. There's Mark Griffin that you might have just seen a glimpse of. Nice tributes to Mark. I'm sure you met Mark many times, Chris.
Yeah, he used to be an amazing man, and I always had good experiences with him. And it's sad what happened, but he lived an amazing life surrounded by people that he absolutely loved.
Yeah, and the legacy lives on, which is, well, it's kind of all any of us want, right? We want to be remembered in a good way, don't we, when we're no longer here, Chris? Hope to leave some good behind. Oh, caught that a little bit thick, didn't she? And that's why the pace wasn't on the cue ball. Can he just bend around this slightly, Chris? Play with some right hand spin.
Nah, it's too close. It's too close to the rail. I think he might just be aiming to thin it, just like that, and get the cue ball to whip around behind the 7, and he hit that
Yeah, he enjoyed
perfect.
that. He enjoyed that one, didn't he? Stood back, admired his work as he walked back to his chair. Very nice.
I think it worked out, but to leave the rail first kick, a little bit of right English, and just let it take off that rail.
Yeah, and the spin will automatically take it off the second rail over in the general direction of the next ball. Doesn't want to hit it too hard though. 6 ball on that rail. Has to play this kind of pocket speed, Chris, off the rail.
Yeah, don't want to hit it too hard.
Perfect. What a shot.
Perfect. How was that? Absolutely beautiful.
really hope we get more of these kind of tournaments. You know, I know it's kind of a little bit of a fun tournament, but there's a serious side to it as well. There's $10,000 up for grabs, so worth winning, Chris.
Not only for the money, but all else that comes with it, the trophy, the bragging rights, and another tournament win under your belt in a field full of champions.
Yeah, well said. Sometimes we do get lost in the money side of it rather than, you know, the prestige of actually winning titles. Talking of titles, there's a big one coming up very, very soon. We do have the Women's Showdown as well, which carries some pretty nice prize money. But also we have the big one, the Men's World 10 Ball. Everyone in town for that one. Excellent Catchy, defending champion. He would do well to defend that title after coming back from injury.
It would definitely be a comeback story for the ages.
You mentioned Fedor Gorst being probably the best 10-ball player in the world at the moment. He'll have his eyes on that prize.
I don't see why not. There's about 10, 15, 20 players in that event that could win it, and no one would be surprised.
And also, like he's telling, there's a marathon going on in Las Vegas, so there's a lot of traffic. It may take a couple
Almost scratched in the side again there, Chris. This time, cue ball got kicked away by the one ball. It followed the one ball in the last time she broke.
Yeah, you see, it's just they're not getting good layouts, they're not making the ball. They need to start breaking from the middle of the table.
Didn't want to catch the 5 ball there. Will he have a go at the bank here, do you think, Chris? No, is your answer. Just seeing where he wants to place that cue ball. I just wondered if he might consider taking the bank on.
He might, and then bank it short, but I think this was more effective here because then you don't have the risk of selling out the shot if you rattle the bank in the corner. They got fortunate that they jacked them up over the 7 ball there. But either way, I don't think this is a rack that's going to get run out right now. I think it needs to develop a little more.
Yeah, I'm not sure that 2-9 is set for the side pocket either. So that's one problem to overcome. The immediate one, of course, is, as you said, jacked up over this brown 7. And there's a great close-up of the Revo shaft, coming very, very close. Oh, got the double kiss, but not disastrous. Although it could be in trouble here, Chris, after this. I think there's an edge of this one ball available to get the cue ball down this end of the table.
Yeah, I like putting the 1 ball back near the 4 and the cue ball behind the 10. He went a little fancier, which wasn't my preference, but I think he still got cover. He's trying to avoid the 3 and get down to the bottom diamond and just ran into the 3.
He's called the corner pocket. He's kicking one rail at this. Right hand spin on the cue ball. He'll be happy with that.
I mean, why would you not be happy with that? That's really good. Leaving distance, and not really an easy way to get from the 1 to the 2, because the 2's kind of out of play right now.
It's a pretty good shot there. Can maybe just draw off the 9 here. Hold for the 3. I'm not even sure it's on. I think it is though. He's just called the pocket, did he?
Might be playing it cross corner. Is that where he called it? No.
It was, yeah, he called it in the corner. He pointed
Maybe
his
he was
cue in that
thinking it was going to
direction.
go off of. Maybe he played that. That's crazy. I think you can jump this. It's going to be a little further, but I'd like to kick better personally. Wow, a scratch there. Very unfortunate.
Very unlucky to scratch off the back of that, simply because it was so close to the rail.
Yeah, come out to the middle of the table for the 4. Beautiful shot there. Got a little far away, but I think her partner can bail her out here, and she'll be fine. Oh, good shot. I wouldn't have gone that way because of the side pocket, but beautiful execution. Draw back to the 6. You might even be better just to draw back to the long rail. Just to the short rail right there, just so you have a little bit of angle and you're not in an in-between stroke. Let your stroke out, get through the ball. A little bit of high right here from the 6 to the 7. 7 in the side pocket, and then hopefully with angle to play the 8 in the same side pocket.
And this is to arrive at the hill as well, and already a set up. The prospect of a Kelly Fisher, Alex Kazakis, and Chou against Chang Lin final could be a reality very, very soon. Draw straight back off of this 8 ball. He's going forwards as well, so must have some kind of angle. Yeah, played it with a lot of
Try to
inside.
check that ball. It doesn't always have to grab when you're using inside English on new balls and new cloth. Right, so he got a lot of juice on that one.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because now this table, it's the 5th day of play, Chris, so it should start to kind of wear in. I know the cloths are going to be changed for the World 10 ball. That's why we have a day off tomorrow. So I believe all the tables will be reclothed. So they are on the hill.
Yeah, it's not always necessarily the cloth as much as it is the cleanness of the balls. So the balls will slide even on old cloth if they're clean. So it's basically just that's what it comes down to, but the cloth helps as well.
So I know you're a player that likes to get involved in the coaching side of it to pass your knowledge on, Chris. You do a lot of traveling around the States doing clinics and coaching individuals as well and groups. What's one of the things you come across? What's the main question you get asked by your students?
The main thing that I go over is consistency, and that really just stems from having a good pre-shot routine and a good process you follow every shot that kind of builds your consistency of your stroke and of your timing. So I'd say just overall consistency is what I help with, and forming a pre-shot routine that helps you stay consistent. Look at that break.
And the second one in a row where
Mark,
he's
this
made
might-
more than one ball.
This might be it, Mark.
And to be honest, it should be, shouldn't it, Chris? Because they're broke just perfect. Everything in the open, no clusters. And, wow, she's played a lovely shot there. Can just draw straight back off this for the 3 in the side. 4 ball already gone. Sorry for
5
the...
ball, 3
Is that
ball,
the 3
4
or is that the
ball.
5?
It's all the same. I think it's the 5, but I can't
Yeah.
be sure.
I think it is the 5.
We need to make it.
The orange.
We need to make it a new color that no one's ever done. Maybe like a lavender.
Well, no, I've got a better idea. Come on, surely we need a teal colour. That's the in colour of the moment, isn't it? Let's have a teal 5.
That's right. 1, 2 rails, then back out for the 7. Hit that rail. They would have liked to bounce out a little more, but this is still fine.
Yeah, not much that can go wrong from here, I don't think. It's all about this 7. Get Chang Ling nicely on the 9 ball. Let him get Chou back down for the last 10. Just has to be careful of fouling here. Shirt foul over the top of the 10.
He's checking to see if the ref is looking. No, I'm just kidding. Definitely taller than me, I'll tell you that right now.
Alex Pagulayan's taller than you, Chris.
Only by a few feet.
So this 10 ball then for a place in the final against Kazakis and Kelly, and in it goes. Well done, Chou Che-Yu and Chang Lin. It just wasn't to be for Mr. and Mrs. Filler. We'll be back with the final at 7 p.m. local time. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you to Chris Reinhold also for his expert calling of the shots. And I'll see you, Mark White, for the final. I'll be with Tim DeRuyter. Thanks for watching. Say goodbye, Chris.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mark. See you next time.